How's it going, guys? Madacaster here, and today we're in possibly the most chill game I have played in a very, very long time, possibly ever. And the game is called Sailwind. And basically, if you have not heard of it, it's more of kind of like just a laid-back sailing simulator, merchant, moving goods from one place to another. Just very relaxing, very chill. I've got some time in on the game already just to get kind of familiar with everything. So I figured let's just jump right back into the game that I had going. Now we can open up our map here. I am currently at Gold Rock City right there in the center. Now, one thing I love about this game is it doesn't show you where you are. You have to figure out all that yourself, which I think is really cool through navigational things, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but there's so much that I love about this game, and I hope that doesn't change. This is an early access. I hope it never changes to where it shows you where you are and that kind of stuff, because I've come to find this to be very fun. The challenging side of sailing to a place you need to. So we're in Gold Rock City, right there, smack dab, kind of in the middle, a little off to the right. By far the biggest island here in I'm not even going to try, because I know I'm going to mess it up. But here we are. Here is Gold Rock City. And it's kind of like pretty much everything you need to find is kind of here. You start off, I'll show you. You start off over in Neverden, lower left. I can't highlight it, but it's over there at Neverden. That's where you start off. Here we are in the merchant area where you can buy all sorts of stuff. A stove for your boat, tables, things like that, because one thing you can do is go over here and buy rod and reel and hooks and be able to cook fish and stuff on your boat, because this does have a survival element to it, which I also very much love. I love any of the simulator / survival games and stuff. But again, this is early access, very early, so you're not getting a lot of interaction from people here, and it's the mechanics are here, and I'm in love with them. I think it's great. You've got some lanterns, lantern hooks, a broom for some reason, I'm not sure. Then you got the stuff over here, cheeses. You got goat cheese and regular cheese. You got to keep yourself. I'll open up here. If you look down at the bottom, you got to have good rest, good water, and good calories. Basically, the food. The best bang for the buck, is kind of measured in calories as far as food goes, to keep yourself nice and full and alive, essentially. And then we've got water here, which I have plenty of that on my boat. We'll go over that here in a little bit. And yeah, you could just kind of grab anything you need to down here. And you can buy big boxes of it if you need to, if you want to carry it with you on your boat in your travels. Let's jump over to the boat right now. So here's my little boat right now. You kind of start off with this little guy if you go with the first world. And I've got my bananas here for food to keep me fed. And then my water barrels back here, and then a little flask of water there too. You can never have too much water, in my opinion, just to be safe. But it gives enough room to kind of haul what you need to. You can only haul so much to another island based on reputation. So as my reputation improves, I'll be able to haul more. So that's what I've been doing. I've just kind of been playing, grinding, and building up that reputation. Another thing I'd like to point out is things like this. We've got this little guy. You can only use it at night, but this is your navigational stuff that you have, is like a compass, a basic compass, and then you got this guy. Now, I forget what it's called, but it can be used to find your latitude by measuring the angle between the North Star and the horizon. Yes, you have to do that. And you will aim it at the North Star when you're out sailing at night. And then right there, the angle tells you your latitude. Also in here, we've got this thing. It kind of tells you your speed. I'm not totally sure on how it works yet. I haven't really messed with it too much because I don't really care. I'm just kind of sailing between islands right now. And then, of course, we've got this to spot things off in the horizon a little bit easier. And then our cup for drinking water over here. We just fill it up and drink. And keep that there. And, of course, a regular old compass, which comes in very handy, especially in the beginning world, because this is the world we're working with. And pretty much every one of these islands is within a day's sail of each other. And you can keep a pretty good eye on them. Once you start heading west, for instance, you'll see the 2-3 islands over there pretty quickly, and you don't feel so alone out there. Pretty easy to be able to pick up where you need to be going and then be able to go from there. But that's only temporary, because once you want to start making the big bucks with merchant shipping, you have to, the world is even bigger than that, and you can sail out of it. And that's where those navigational aids come in very, very handy. I have yet to do it, but we will soon. And here's what I'm talking about. This is a little bit bigger of a map. This is, if you look in the lower left, there's Gold Rock City. That was our little area. Here, I'll put this down and show you. That is our little area here. So it gets even bigger. So you look at this and you see that little area down there. And you imagine the tiny little islands that are all grouped together down there are a day's sail of each other. So then if I want to go, say, go to the east here, and you see Dragon Cliffs in the lower right, that's going to be a very long sail, and I'm going to need to keep those navigational things in mind, because it's not going to, we don't have a you are here thing. So it makes things very tricky, but that's where the big money is the long haul sailing, should we say. It's kind of almost like, truck simulator, American Truck Simulator or something. The longer the drives, the better the pay and everything. But you see the longitude and latitude numbers there, where that little device that I had earlier, you just point at the North Star and then you measure from the horizon. This is all stuff you have to do in this game, which is incredibly satisfying when you get it right, incredibly frustrating when you get it wrong. But for today, all we're going to do is kind of one of the just local little merchant travel areas. We'll see what pays kind of well. Like from right here, you can see the little Gold Rock City thing. This is like a long, super long haul, and reward is very nice, but we are still learning the navigation and things like that. So we're going to be looking local in our little local map here to, and you see the reward is much, much lower, but that's, you got to build your reputation. You got to work your way up, that kind of thing. So we're going to pick some things. You can do like coconuts here and double up on salmon there. And you can pretty much fill up your boat up until you've reached your reputation level. You don't want to overload your boat for sure. So I think they kind of start you out with less, and then you can work your way up to more as you get more brave, because especially when you run into storms and things like that, you can list pretty hard in your boat and lose items, and lucky to get them back if you can. I think what we're going to do here is sail down to Albacore town. I believe that's how they're pronouncing it. It looks like it to me. We'll take this. We'll see this amount is 1 crate. So you can kind of look at this and get an idea of how much you can put on your boat. Again, here's coconuts to Albacore town. Amount 1 crate, 50 pounds. This does factor into how your boat sails. So keep that in mind. And then we're going to take rum to Albacore town. And I believe that is everything we can take to Albacore town. And indeed it is. So we are good to load up our boat. We'll do so just by bringing them over and kind of dropping them down. So say if I've been in a storm a couple times where it's listing the boat real hard to port or starboard, real hard, leaning to the point where you start taking on water, then you can shift your cargo around to kind of work with it. It's incredible. This as early access as it is, it's incredible what you can already do here. And the base mechanics of what this simulator, I guess, is coming along really, really well. It's a very satisfying game. I have no association with the development or anything like that. These are the types of games I really, really enjoy. Okay, so we are loaded up and ready to go to Albacore town. We'll just double check here our map. So we are facing pretty much dead west, and we need to go southeast. So pretty much a straight shot southeast. So we'll get our boat ready to do that. Now, one thing I am excited about eventually getting to, I brought my boat over here for comparison, but this is my current boat. This is a boat I could buy right here for 12,500 gold, but you can imagine with more sails, more room, even get a little lower deck down here, and I could sleep inside, be able to store more cargo. And it's kind of nice because you get both sail controls right here. And then, yeah, this is the goal I would like to work toward, to be able to upgrade to this particular boat. compared to my little guy here. Pull in our, let's see, pick up, there we go, our mooring there. And I'm not a accomplished sailor, so if I get these words wrong, pardon me on that. And the wind, here's our wind indicators, the little flag here. And if I go third person, there's a flag up on top there. That kind of tells us where the wind direction is going. We need to head off in that direction, so we're going to have to turn across the wind. So to do that, we will release the sail here. Let that lower down. Fill up with some wind. I think we are already moving forward. Fantastic. So unlike Sea of Thieves, where you just grab a rope and kind of pull it where you need to, here we use this little sheet winch to decide which direction we're going. I'm going to build up a little speed here to be able to make the turn into the wind and go the direction we need to. Actually, I need to turn a little bit to avoid the sandbar here. And we are officially sailing. We are on our way. And now we're pretty much headed straight into the wind. I'm going to shoot that gap between the little sandbar markers there. Bring the boat around into the wind. Hopefully don't lose too much speed. We are starting to. We're going to have to turn our sail. Sometimes it helps to go third person, be able to see that wind marker at the top. And then make this turn. Look, there we go. We grabbed the wind. Okay. So we need to get back down here. And continue this turn. There it is. Okay. Sometimes, a couple times I've been caught in the wind against a headwind, and it takes a long time to get myself back out of it. So, we wanted to try to avoid that this time. So yeah, we're looking good now. Double check. Nice thing is if you pull up your inventory here, the compass is correct in pointing you in the direction that you're going. So we needed to head southeast, and that's exactly where we're headed. Now, one thing that is really cool too, the wind is constantly changing, so you'll constantly be making little adjustments to your sail here just to kind of stay at the most effective speed. And you can kind of judge your speed on the little water trails that you're leaving there and how much water is being disturbed at the hull of the boat there. And you can see here we're getting a notification that we are dehydrated or need some water, a little underhydrated. So we'll just run over here, grab our cup, and we've got the water barrels here and rehydrate ourselves. We could probably stand to eat something too pretty soon. Fill up again, get that water up there. And back here is a little hammock where you can sleep. Yep, there's Gold Rock City. We're still going. There is no time skipping in this game. You are just sailing, which, listen to this, just look at this. It's so relaxing, so nice. It's just a nice way to just kick back and just enjoy this little sailing simulator thing. Here's a banana, we'll eat that. Oh, we'll drop it first. 5-second rule, and then get to eating. And you'll see the, right there, calories going up a little bit. But yeah, the sun is setting as we leave Gold Rock City. Do the old Sea of Thieves here, get out here. Just kind of take it in. Now we can't see Albacore town yet on the horizon. Let me grab. But it won't be long. That's the nice thing about it. Because if you do end up getting lost, once you're trying to get your bearings of how to use the sailing and the basically the navigation, you'll still be able to see where you came from behind. So if you need to turn around, you can still turn around. But if you go and how to, if you're going directly into the wind, then you just zigzag your way back. You learn pretty quickly how to use the sail and make that happen. Now we can see some of the stars starting to come out. Just barely. Yep, we've been sailing for a while. It's not like it's a rocket ship. We're not going real fast. I mean, we're at the mercy of the wind and how strong the wind is blowing. And looks like it's picking up a little bit more now. We've got some more waves, which that'll help speed us up a little bit. We have indeed lost the sun, and more stars are starting to appear. You just wait until it gets real dark. You see how many stars there are. It's absolutely breathtaking. Absolutely awesome. And here we are, full on sailing at night. We got the stars out. You see the Milky Way. Let me turn my lanterns off. You got lanterns here, which is nice, and they do have a usage amount. If you use them too much, or if you go to sleep and forget to turn them off, you lose a lot. And now it's pretty much pitch black, and look at this. I mean, this is just... This game is almost like meditation or something. Like, just really so relaxing. Especially at night. Just look at that. And you use these stars to navigate. I haven't yet. I'm starting to learn how to do that. We will get into that for sure, but... Man... Just so relaxing and chill. So while there is no time skip, you can sleep back here. And one nice thing, we'll leave our sail out. When I first started, I'd pull in my sail every time I went to sleep, just because I didn't want to overshoot an island. But you really don't, not so much. And I'll show you how that works. We jump into our hammock here, hanging off the back of the boat, and then we'll go into we see the sparkles, and we know we're falling asleep. In the bar will slowly fill up until it does a little wake up in the middle in case you want to just check your surroundings. And we're about to get to that point. And here we are. We're slowly starting to wake up, and it gives us a chance to hop out. We could either stay in there or hop out and just kind of check to see what's going on. So we can still see Gold Rock City back there. See what we see out in front of us. Not really seeing much. It's a little tricky at night to see land. Yeah, not really seeing it. So what we do is know that we're not quite there yet, and the wind is still good. We're still okay. The moon is definitely out, lighting up the top of the boat there. And we can just go back to bed and kind of work our way slowly to Albacore town. And here we are, pretty much. Oh, just got dunked there. That's probably how we woke up. Pretty much a full night's sleep. The sun is coming up. There's Gold Rock City. And what do we have out here? Oh, we need some water. Wind direction is still looking good. Looking out on the horizon, we're definitely fighting the sun here coming up. So we're definitely heading east, but I think we need to head more southeast. Let's pull up that. Yeah, we're headed more east than southeast. So we're going to want to... Sometimes that'll happen a little bit. You'll change course just a little bit, just depending on the wind or whatever. No big deal. We still have our eyes on Gold Rock City back there, so that's all that matters. Some of you may know something flopping up every now and then. We do have an anchor control here. We can release and pull our anchor. But there it is, right there. It's flopping up and around every now and again. There it is. But yeah, that comes in really handy in like the shallower... Man, these waves and these seas are really picking up. And you can see our little wind indicator showing us we're getting some pretty decent winds here. But yeah, it comes in really handy in the more shallow areas when you get closer to the islands and stuff. You can just anchor off the coast if you want, or you can go for, mooring on the dock and everything like that, which I usually do because it makes unloading everything a lot easier. This isn't a particularly big load. Sometimes I'll have it stacked up pretty high, which is kind of nice because I can still kind of see when we want to start slowing down. When we get closer to the island, we'll pull up our sheet a little bit more and be able to see a lot better when we start heading in for the dock. You can see the clouds exploding. This out here concerns me. That looks like a storm is coming together. Oh yeah, there's clouds exploding here. We may have a situation on our hands here. I was talking about how chill this game is. Every now and then, again, this does happen. You do get a storm starting to develop, and you have to start figuring out, especially because once the storm comes, it cuts down your visibility for sure. So I want to try to get bearings on where Albacore town is. If we had a level horizon, it would help a lot. Yeah, we're definitely losing. Oh, and here comes the rain. Sure enough. Yep, I'm seeing raindrops. We have a storm on our hands. And we don't know which direction. Yeah, that's thunder. I was really hoping having the sun at my back was going to be able to help me to see land, but it's just getting so hazy. And this storm is definitely coming together back here, and the rain is starting to fall. The sun is getting obscured by the storm, so I'm not really sure. Usually, You can see at least a little bit of island by now, but see, we get up here high, but then there's higher waves over there, and it's just no luck. So we just got to go with our gut. My hope was we could kind of outrun the storm, but it's definitely getting closer, getting bigger, and so are the waves. So I pulled the sail. We were getting tossed around really bad. It was listing. We started taking on a little bit of water, and I was worried we are going to lose the cargo and possibly lose the boat and everything. So I'm just going to ride this thing out. Sun is going down anyway. The storm isn't brutal, but it's not light by any means. So I definitely was tossing the boat around pretty hard. So I think I'm just going to sit here and ride this thing out and hope we can see Albacore Town out here when the sun comes up. The storm has passed, and what do we have on the horizon? Looks like there it is. Although I shouldn't get too confident. More than once I have landed in the wrong island when I was starting out. Hopefully this won't be the case, but that should be where we're going. We shall see. Now we see a tall rock on the right side and some trees. Looks like a pretty wide island there. Let's double check our map here. And Albacore Town is looking, yeah, it looks a lot like it. I don't think I went far enough south to overshoot or to get Alchemist Island. I think I can see where we need to dock right there. Right there in the center of the screen, there's our dock. That looks like we got a little sandbar sticking out, so we probably should shoot for heading in around here and then making a hard left and grabbing that dock there. That is the plan. You can see here we're approaching the Albacore Town, and we can still see Golden Rock City. That pretty much goes for all the islands that are within the little map area that we have here. So now we need to start getting prepared for turning into the dock here, which again is really handy to be able to roll up your sail a little bit and get some good eyes on this. We've avoided the sandbar that kind of sticks out here, and we can start making a little bit of a turn. We kind of want to keep it out a little bit more, but slow down a little bit by pulling in our sail. Let's go ahead and pull. That should be fine. These boats are pretty tough. You can see we're hitting some pretty shallow waters, and we should be able to line up pretty good from here. We're slowing down nicely, coming into harbor. Be able to line this thing right up with the dock. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull full in. Get that sail stowed away, and I'm gonna grab our mooring here, jump off onto the dock. There we go. There's the front. Then we can jump in. There's the rear. There we go. Jump out the side and do that there. And here we are. We're done. We should be in Albacore Town. We're about to find out. I'm just going to carry this into the office, which if you look for the blue flag with the anchor, which you can see right there, that's the office to either pick up orders or drop them off. So that's mission complete. So we are in Albacore Town. We can also go explore the town. So here we could buy tuna for 220. And then you can go deeper into towns and just kind of explore, see what's in town. Sometimes you can find things for sale. Sometimes people aren't selling anything. And it looks like here we have, what is that? Albacore tuna and regular tuna. And we could buy temple fish, it looks like. And that's pretty much, it looks like all this town has to offer, except for some random creepy peeping Tom guy. Not sure what he's up to, but I suppose it's none of our business. And from in here, we could definitely go pick up more jobs if we wanted to figure out where we might want to go next. Sometimes it depends, maybe on where the wind is blowing. Might be a little bit easier to take one to a different island, depending on the map and depending on the wind and all that stuff. It's all shifting all the time. Guys, if you are interested in seeing more of Sailwind, please give a thumbs up. If you've watched this far and you like the video, I assume you like the video. If you watched this far, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see more Sailwind, definitely let me know in the comments I'm having a ton of fun with it. That's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.